We're here with Tom Delia from Keller Home Loans, and Tom's going to walk us through 3 different mortgage products that really have recently had some rules changed to them, and some other ones that we really think are great products for the consumer. So,
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell them about us?
Yeah, for sure. So, as you know, the market right now is pretty competitive, and there's a lot of people who are looking to enter into being homeowners. Where in years past there was probably quite a bit of options out there for people to buy because there was more inventory, right? And things are kind of a little bit more limited now, but that doesn't mean that there's not as many buyers as ever before, because there is, right? And so, with that, a lot of people want that dream of home ownership to build their future equity, start their wealth building process, right? And so we have some product solutions that can help with that for people who might not necessarily have all the money that they really need to get started in that home buying process. We have recently been approved for MSHDA with Keller Home Loans, which is a huge hurdle for us that we're able to now take that opportunity and run with it. And so MSHDA is a state branded program, right, where the home buyer is able to essentially get a grant for their down payment to help with that initial cost. Now, of course, there's going to be some initial closing costs that are going to be associated with that, but the bulk of what they're going to need in order to start that home buying process is going to be that down payment. And so recently, MSHDA just announced that they're going to have up to $10,000 in down payment assistance for the entire state. Generally, in years past, it had been only certain counties that were allowed to have the $10,000. But most recently, they just changed that, so the entire state has up to $10,000. So if you're looking at a conventional loan, 5% down, do the math, you can get up to $10,000. That's a $200,000 home, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a good home to start when you're really starting that stepping stone into building your wealth plan as you want to acquire assets, right?
Yeah, MSHDA historically has always been one of the absolute best programs for people to enter because it is extremely generous. I mean, the product is really trying to help people to open up the opportunity for home ownership that maybe couldn't have or would never have been able to get into that, into owning their own home. So
right.
It's definitely a product to inquire about, reach out about, and see if you qualify for.
Absolutely.
What else?
And so, with MSHDA, obviously that would be for a primary home. Now, we also have a product that does allow for down payment assistance that doesn't necessarily just segment the first-time home buyer or that primary residence. We partner with ESSEX, which allows for a down payment assistance program, which is a second mortgage that does go for the down payment. However, it's a 10-year forgivable. So what does that mean?
Wow.
If you stay in that home for 10 years, make your payments on time, that down payment assistance that you get is completely wiped clean.
Wow. And
at that point, you can refinance and you can do some things that might even allow you to save some money in the future when you get to that point.
So just to completely understand this, if ESSEX or the down payment assistance program is going to essentially gift me or lend me $10,000 as a second mortgage,
yep.
And if I stay in that home for 10 years, that's wiped clean.
Wiped clean, 100%. Wow. Absolutely, it is pretty incredible, right? And it's a standard FHA product, so you don't have to go through necessarily home buying seminars, or you don't have to do a lot of the things that maybe some other programs might have you do. It's a standard FHA product. Cool thing is, again, it's not just for your primary. You can also do for second homes or for owner-occupied second homes that would allow you to have that same down payment assistance. So you can get it on a primary and then turn around in a couple years later, and if you can afford a second home, you can do it on that one too. So there's no limitation.
So I can buy my lake house and get $10,000 down payment assistance.
Yes.
That is then forgivable 10 years later.
Absolutely. And
Seems too good to be true.
It does sound too good to be true, right? The cool thing is too, you can also add some of your own funds in addition to that down payment. You aren't just limited to that 3.5%.
Right, that makes sense.
Yep, okay. Absolutely. So a couple different, opportunities that our buyers out there can have when it comes to assistance, so that they can take the rest of their money and either acquire more opportunities for them, or hey, maybe use it to invest into their home. So speaking about investing in your home, the third product that we have is the Home Choice Reno product. It is a Fannie Mae product that is, the whole purpose of it is to allow for you to find something that might need a little bit more updates, maybe have some structural issues, potentially even just needs to get modernized from 1983 to 2023, right? So we see a few of those in Rochester, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so the cool thing is, the difference is there's an FHA 203K product out there where you have to get FHA licensed contractors to come out and do an appraisal and really give you two varying quotes on what that would be. With this product, it's a conventional product, and what the premise is that not only do you have your contractors, but then you can also get your appliances. You can get any type of updates that you need, carpeting, flooring, anything like that. It doesn't just have to be contractor generated. So you'll have a contractor submit the quote for the work that he'll do, and then you can submit your quote from Home Depot for the appliances. You can go to, Magic Flooring and find out what your carpet's going to cost. You bundle it all together, you submit that in with our final underwriting, and then not only do they give you, and so it's a normal 5% down product. So after that 5% down is taken off, then they'll fund the balance of the loan, and then any additional money that you're going to need that's going to be approved through the underwriter for when you close on that home. And essentially what's going to happen is, as you submit for reimbursement after you close on the home, that they'll hold everything in escrow, and then they'll reimburse you as things get completed. And so it's a final underwrite with that. However, the nice thing is it's 5% down, and then they can give you additional money to complete all the repairs, the updates, anything that you're going to need, including your appliances, which is a really good option too.
Yeah, so if you're able to enter a home, let's say at a slight discount, or maybe you're not having to get into a bidding war because it maybe needs some updates and not everybody's pursuing that. Remember, society today is looking for easy buttons, right? And they want concierge experience. They want to walk in a lot of times and not do anything. If you're the outlier and you're like, no, I want to make this and I want to make my choices, what a great product, right?
That's right.
Because you're only putting 5% down, and then you get to finance the difference on the renovations, and then you can pick all of your finishes for yourself, which is fantastic. And hopefully, if you got the right deal, then you can go and you'll actually have an equity difference between what it's worth and what you're into that house for. So that's an incredible product. And I've done a full FHA 203K, and let me tell you, it's an experience. It's an experience, yeah. It's an experience. So it sounds like this is a product that maybe is a little more streamlined.
Correct.
Not to be confused with the FHA streamlined,
right.
But maybe sounds a little more streamlined in the process.
That's
So
absolutely
incredible.
right. That's
Cool.
absolutely right.
All right. Well, I think at the end of the day, the message that Tom with Keller Home Loans and us at the Dealer Group are trying to say is, if you're thinking about buying a home, reach out, because what you believe to be true may not necessarily actually be true. So get educated, understand where you're at, and even if maybe today is not the right time for you, let's get a plan in place for when we can foresee in the future and make the right proper choices today to get you to that point. Because if you're just walking around in ignorance, you're not going to know how to get to where you want to go. So reach out, get educated, understand where you are in order to get to where you want to be. Appreciate it.